What's up, guys? I'm back. It's me, your boy, the champ and Funky. Yeah, that's what I'm calling. I done made it a name. You got DC the champ and my boy Funky Ben Askren. But before we get into the video, I'm trying to give y'all something free. The Masters just got done last weekend. Congratulations to Jon Rahm, who just became the Masters champion 2023. It was a terrible tournament because of all the rain and the heat and the cold and everything. It was up and down, but ultimately, Jon Rahm, the number one player in the world, is the Masters champion. So, to tie into the Masters, I got with my friends at EA Sports. You know the new PGA Tour golf just came out. I'm giving some of them away. I'm giving away six. I said 7. I did 5. I'm giving away 6 different games, 3 PlayStation, 3 Xbox, 2 people who watch the channel. All you got to do, subscribe to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, just put in the comments. We will randomly pick 6 people to choose your version of EA Sports PGA Tour 2023. Your boy DC, as always, is giving shit away free. And today, you know how much I love golf. I played 4 times last week with Justin Gaethje, and now we were trying to be like the Masters tournament, right? They played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So me and Gaethje played 4 days in a row. So guys, in the comments, if you're already a subscriber, just put DC, I'm in. If not, subscribe, leave a comment. We will contact you with your digital code of EA Sports PGA Tour 23.
Wait, are you any good at golf now?
I'm still not very good. It's a hard game.
What was your best score?
The best score I've ever had is a 98, but that with me taking liberties. I've taken a few liberties over my lifetime, as you know, because you already know me. But Askren, the reason I'm here, because I've worked something out to where you and I got a chance to do this a little bit. And for the first one, I wanted to talk about last weekend, but I don't want to talk about the fight, right? We've done that. I waxed poetic on my post-fight recap, which you guys can watch still. Ben, I want to talk about a tweet you put out earlier, because to me, it just seems to make sense. You said, I think Izzy and Alex should just get the trilogy done right now because it just makes sense. I wonder, though, Ben, are you saying that because you question whether or not Alex can make his way back to the title because of the landmines in the division, or just because you think it's the right fight?
No, I think it's the right fight. So I think you got a couple ways to look at it. Number one, Alex is either 3-1 or 1-1 against Adesanya, if you want to count kickboxing or not, whatever. And then when you look at the division,
Izzy beat him all.
He beat them all. He beat Whitaker twice. He beat Vettori twice. He beat Kenner. He beat Costa. And then number 6 is Duplessis. He's the only one that makes even a little bit of sense to me.
But he's not ready. Duplessis he's not ready. Duplessis is not ready. And honestly, like if Izzy fights Drakus, which is cool. He's a good fighter. He's showing. But didn't Drakus just lose to Marvin Vettori? I think he just
no. He's won all of his fights.
Yes, he's won them all. Marvin Vettori just beat the other kid, the big Russian kid.
Yes.
But he's not ready.
So Duplessis has won 7 in a row now. But his last 2 wins are Darren Till, who's no longer in the UFC, although he was very active on Twitter on Saturday night, and Derek Brunson, who I believe is ranked 8th, right? So that's his highest ranked win, is number 8. Like, I don't know, to get a title shot, you gotta beat someone a little bit higher than that.
I think that for Drakus, I think he needs to beat Marvin Vettori, and then if you beat Marvin Vettori, now you're more reasonable as a title challenger. But I don't think that. I really do feel like they should do Izzy versus Alex right now, because I also worry about Alex with guys like Marvin Vettori.
Oh yeah,
I think Robert Whitaker is probably the worst matchup for Alex Pereira, because he does have the ability to take him down and kind of slow him down. Yes. And also the Izzy fight just kind of makes sense because, like you said, they're 1-1, and Pereira was actually fighting really good on Saturday night.
He really was, right?
It honestly felt like he was going to run away with the win.
Yeah. I felt that also. So round 1 was really close, but then round 2, he started really moving forward, putting pressure on, landing a lot of leg kicks. I was actually just talking this morning on FRL about how there's 2 other fights that are similar to this where, and Duke would always rage about this in practice, is like, just because you have someone hurt, you can't throw 17 punches in a row, right? You throw a couple, you put your guard back up. You throw a couple, you put your guard back up. But Robbie Lawler, Melvin Manhoff on Strikeforce.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that one.
Manhoff was killing him, and then Robbie wham and hit him. And the other one is Czech Congo and Pat Barry. You remember that one?
God, I remember that one. Who could ever forget that one?
Same thing, right? So it's like, even when you have someone hurt, and, Adesanya's not saying I was playing possum. He might have been. I don't know. I wasn't there. He did take a lot of leg kicks, so maybe not. Whether he was playing possum or not, you still got to respect a man's power.
You do. Yeah. I feel like Alex was very aware early of the power of Adesanya, but I thought he felt like maybe the threat wasn't as great as the fight went on because he was having so much success. Bro, I was looking at the fight stats in the first round, and while it looked very relatively close, Pereira had landed 30 strikes to like 10. It was very evident to me that Pereira had won the first round. Look, I'm going to pull up the scorecards from Alex versus Izzy last weekend to see what
Verdict had it really close. Verdict had it like 9.52 to 9.49 or something to that effect.
And they had given it to,
I think, Adesanya, I believe.
They had given Adesanya the first round. Okay.
Yeah. So it was very close. Hey, the other thing is here, and I think Adesanya, maybe we're not giving his intelligence enough credit, is if he were to fight Pereira again and he loses, then he's probably not going to get another shot, right? Because it's very rare circumstances where they go a 4th fight in the UFC.
But they've done it, though. We've seen it.
It's happened.
Oh, my
goodness.
Rare, though. Every scorecard scored the first round for Israel Adesanya. All of the official judges scored the first round for Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
Which to me is, I thought Pereira found success in that first round, but I guess maybe I didn't see it as clearly as I thought. But
no, it was close. It was very close. The second round was really leaning towards
Pereira.
Yes, until what happened. So I think Adesanya knows, hey, if they fight again, number one, Pereira is the most likely person to beat him out of all the people. He's the most likely one to dethrone him. And then if he does lose, he's probably not going to get a shot back. So it's smart on his part, I guess.
It is smart, but so let me ask you this, though.
Yeah.
After the fight, Izzy almost was encouraging Pereira to go up to 205. He was like,
oh, yeah.
He was just like,
yep.
He shut the trilogy down right away and said, I think he should go to 205, and he's hell to deal with even at 205. But Dana was almost on the same wavelength too. But why does Izzy get to make that decision for Alex? Alex made the weight faster.
Yeah.
Alex does seem to have a claim to say we should fight again, and obviously the fight sells. They do well.
Yes.
And I don't think, even though Izzy's a star, I don't know if he does as well against Drake as Duplessis.
Yeah, well, let me ask you, okay, there's 2 people we have not brought up, which I think are possibilities. Number 1, Chimaev, who's ranked number 3 at welterweight, who has said he is going to fight his next fight at middleweight. I don't really even know why he's still ranked at welterweight. And then the other one that I thought
missed weight by 9 pounds last time.
It wasn't very. We got some skepticism on that one also, though.
What do you mean? You don't think he was 9 over?
Just how all the new matchups fell into place just so nicely. It was just, I had a hard time with that one.
You think they scripted it? This guy Ben Askren, you got to let go of these conspiracy theories, dog.
It just made too much sense. It was just too obvious. Things don't ever work out that nicely.
It was horrible for Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland
No, you're lying.
Nate Diaz. It was Kevin Holland got it the worst, I believe, of all of them. Because Kevin Holland went from fighting Daniel Rodriguez to fighting Khamzat Chimaev. Nate Diaz got lucky because he went from fighting Chimaev to Tony Ferguson.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But Kevin Holland probably went from 100,000 to 500,000 or something to that effect. They said,
you're talking in terms of money.
I got beat up before. I'll take an ass whooping for another 400 grand or something. I guarantee Kevin Holland just said some wild stuff like that. He's awesome.
He's Kevin Holland, but he got it bad though, bro, because he was the favorite in the matchup against Daniel Rodriguez to a massive underdog against Khamzat Chimaev. You know how that went.
Yes.
But why is Izzy telling this man to go up? I don't understand why Izzy telling this man to
fight him. That's obvious, I think.
You don't think he wants to fight him again?
Not really.
You know what was also very weird to me was how much Pereira was talking in his corner. It was almost like he was giving instructions to the coaches in between rounds. I don't know if I've ever seen an athlete be that vocal when he almost had a conversation with him in the middle of the round. I don't get that. I don't understand the dynamic of that relationship.
Yeah, sometimes you just feel on the flow. I don't know. I know what you said, and you were talking about it on the broadcast, and I agreed with what you said, but I think he was just feeling the flow,
confident.
Yeah. Yep.
And look what happened.
Maybe too confident.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, right? Like you said, you got to respect the power coming back in your direction, but he seemed to be very locked in.
Yes. Yeah.
Can Chimaev beat this guy Izzy though? I would favor Izzy over everybody. Obviously, he's beaten them all. But Chimaev presents a different problem. But does the Gilbert Burns fight tell you that Izzy's a much harder fight than maybe people anticipate because he can't just take him down?
Izzy has been hard. He has been hard to take down. I remember, actually, it was one of your fights, one of the first UFC I went to after the trade. So now we're talking years ago, but you fought Derek Lewis, and somewhere down the line, at least a few fights, was Adesanya fought Derek Brunson, and Brunson didn't get close to taking him down. And I was like, man, I thought Brunson might at least get one, make it a little competitive, but he really didn't.
Yeah, but Brunson also telegraphs a lot of the things that he does. He gets nervous and he starts to make a lot of mistakes in his wrestling. Yeah.
So then on the other side, right, when this is the other guy was going to you could bring up Jan Blachowicz, who did take down and hold down Israel Adesanya, and Jan Blachowicz said something like, I'm going to come down to middleweight, or I don't remember exactly how he said it, but he essentially made a challenge to Adesanya at middleweight.
After the fight this weekend?
Yeah.
Well, here's the issue with Blachowicz is that I thought that he won that fight because he was big. Remember, Adesanya weighed in at 195 to fight him at 205. So I think his size really helped him. And if he comes down the middleweight, I think he loses that size. Ben, before I let you go, Gamebred retired last weekend. He lost the fight like you thought he would. Leon Edwards was quick to jump on him, called him a bum, said that he fumbled the bag again. What did you make of that performance? Were you a little disappointed in Gilbert Burns? Because at times the fight seemed competitive, but I thought Gilbert dominated essentially the whole fight.
No, I think that was about what to expect. I thought Masvidal was going to come ready to fight harder. I think he looked a little bit out of shape. You had the funny clip with Gilbert on
Gilbert he was so mad at me for saying that he was in phenomenal shape on the scale.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that was funny. And but I think the fight played out. George got really tired as the fight went on. In the third round, Gilbert was just tagging him so many times. You know what? As much as I think Masvidal annoys me sometimes, I love what he said in his post-fight speech about a guy who started with nothing and made a lot of money, and he hopes he can inspire someone else to go chase their dreams. I might not like George Masvidal, but that's some good stuff. So. You know what? I don't wish anyone poorly. I hope he has an enjoyable retirement.
Masvidal did a great job of being in there fighting, and honestly, he showed who he's been over the course of his career. A guy that's very good, a guy that's super tough that you're not going to get out of the octagon, right? He could have packed it in knowing that he was losing. He wasn't going to catch Gilbert Burns. Fight was over, but he fought to the end of the fight, and he had that great moment in the middle of the octagon where he was able to try to inspire someone. It got a bit political at the end.
That was love. You know what I was thinking, Daniel? You're going to love this. You know what I thought immediately? Oh, my God. You can't do that publicly. He's going to have some IRS agents knocking on his door.
It got a bit political at the end, but that was a very pro-Donald Trump crowd, and everybody seemed to enjoy what Gamebred was saying. He had a moment, man, and a lot of times our careers come down to moments. Gamebred had a moment last weekend in Miami, Florida. It was a great weekend, but ultimately, it's what's next for Israel Adesanya. I think it should be Pereira 3.
I think it should be Pereira.
I would be all in on that fight, and I believe that Izzy winning this one would kind of propel him to knowing, hey, now I know I can beat this guy.
Yeah.
Because no matter what he did before, he never could really solve the problem of what Alex Pereira was. You're the man, Ben. As always, my guy. Thank you, dog. Guys, until next time, like, subscribe, tap into everything that Ben is doing, and we will see you guys the next time there's news big enough to talk about, because now we got Ben under contract. Hey, my friends at the Volume, there's some slicksters. Guys, like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.